Kia ora and welcome to Tarmac. Today we've got a very exciting new nameplate from Suzuki.
That's right, it's the Fronx, an all-new compact crossover, and is boldly going where no Suzuki has ever gone before.
Now, unusually we're going to start round the rear with this vehicle, and that's because that's where the name Fronx is. Now, when I first heard about this car, I actually thought Fonz, and that got me back into happy days and some hay and all that sort of stuff. But there is some leather in here, but no biker, and actually it's not quite as cool as the Fonz. But anyway, Fronx itself is actually a mixture of frontier, which is basically the fact that this vehicle is moving into a new frontier and does offer a new frontier for the brand, and also X, which is the cross side of things. So it is a crossover in the true sense of the word. And when you look around the rear, which is, we might as well stay here, what you have is a massive light bar across the back here, and that accentuates its 1765 meters of width. So it does really give it that expansive rear. There's some protective sort of plastics down here, a nice wiper blade, a rear spoiler at the top, stop lights, and also when you open up, I always think to open it there, you actually get 304 litres of boot space. It's relatively deep, but also relatively sort of shallow. So, but it does fit your overnight bags and also plenty of shopping. Now, in terms of dimensions, this vehicle, the Fronx, is actually just under 4 meters in length and 155 or 1550 in terms of height. So it will fit in most garages and fits nicely into most shopping mall sort of spaces, which is good. We have the two-tone version, so colouring is a lovely red down here, like a burgundy red, and a nice black roof. Also, more protective sills around here and also around the guards, which cover around these 16-inch wheels, which, yeah, they're not massive, but they do hold the road very well. As you move round to the front here, what Suzuki has given it is some nice DRLs up the top here, a very big wide grille, and also this sort of tri-system headlight, which does give you plenty of room out the plenty of light out the front, and gives it quite a bold look. So under the bonnet here we have a Suzuki hybrid powertrain, which is a 1.5 litre engine mated to a 6-speed gearbox. Together they give you 76 kilowatts of power, or just under, and 137 newton meters of torque, again slightly under. It actually pulls pretty well, and in terms of efficiency you get around about 5.4 litres per 100 kilometers. And actually I can say that it does do that. We've taken it on a nice long run down to Taupo and back, or Dorpo and back, and it hit that nail right on the head very, very well.
And yes, the Fronx might be an all-new nameplate from Suzuki, and they say that they're kind of boldly going where no Suzuki has gone before as far as this car is concerned. But remember that this is a brand that knows how to do the compact small car really well. And that's something you can say about many of their cars, as you can with the Fronx, because what they've done is load it up with equipment, give you kind of oodles of space in here at the same time. So to start off with, you've got these two-tone leatherette seats on this two-tone model. Nice and soft there with some fabric inserts as well. The other thing is both the passenger and driver have heated seats as well, which is particularly helpful on a cold day like today. That two-tone theme continues across the dashboard as well, where you have black plastic up the top, some sort of shinier polished stuff down there, and then inserts of these sort of maroon or plum kind of color as well, to really break up that dashboard and give it some color in between. As far as equipment goes, I mentioned that it does have the heated seats, but the list just keeps going on. So you've got your climate control there, you've got wireless charging for a phone down there, you've got USB chargers, you've got your 12-volt socket, you've got just 6 speakers. The list of stuff that they've just packed in here is really impressive, and I haven't even got to the safety technology. And so just amazing from that perspective, the price that this car is sitting at. Obviously, being a sort of urban crossover, it has to have some element of practicality, and it does. You've got decent sized glove box there, some good sized door bins which fit a bottle, and certainly your coffee cups, there's plenty of place for those as well. And while those things might be generous, the Under armrest storage does leave a little bit to be desired, if I'm honest, but you can't have everything, right? Now, this infotainment screen is laid out fairly simply and in an easy to use sort of manner. So down the bottom, you've got your shortcut navigation bar there with your voice control audio system, which connects to your 6 speakers. And you've got a few different options where phone connectivity is concerned. So firstly, as you can see up there, it's got Bluetooth. It also does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so well equipped from that standpoint. Aside from that, you've also got your digital clock up there and a space where you can actually see your audio as well. It uses this fairly simple system where you just sort of toggle around things like a slot machine almost, and it just revolves around with different menus. The same goes for the menu on the right hand side here, where you can see we have actually been averaging 5.4 liters per 100 kilometers over quite a bit of driving, so it has done well from that standpoint, whether it's motorway or city driving. As you flick down there, you can also see more driving data, including this, an energy flow monitor, something that's key, obviously, because this is a 12-volt mild hybrid, so you can see where that battery comes involved into the drive and helping the car, especially when setting off and when sort of coasting as well. Aside from that, the engine, of course, there, and you can see where that energy flow goes to the front wheels and to the battery accordingly. Keep flicking through for more information on the car as well, or you can also move over to the driver's instrument cluster in front of you. Now, note that it is laid out generally in a more traditional analog style. You've got your rev counter on the left, your speedo on the right, but you've also got that screen in the middle, and on top of that, a heads-up display projected on there, which gives you your vitals like your speed. It also does have traffic sign recognition, and you can have a monitor on there to show you that energy flow between the wheels and the battery and so on and so forth. Taking a step back to the steering wheel, which is actually leather wrapped, by the way, you've got plenty going on here as far as on the right hand side, your adaptive cruise control, which does have a stop go function, by the way, as well, so it is advanced from that perspective. Left side, you've got your audio controls, and the info button there will change what you can see on that screen in the middle. From there, you've also got your audio controls for your phone calls down the bottom here, and also your lane keep assist and lane departure warning further down the bottom there. It's also got paddle shifts because, of course, this is a 6-speed automatic gearbox underneath, so you do actually get that shifting of gears going on. And there is a manual mode that you can switch the gear lever into down the bottom. If you do want more power and kind of want that engine to deliver it slightly differently, you can push that sport button, and it does show you a little graphic on the screen there of the Fronx sort of heading towards the Swiss Alps at speed. So they have got quite a bit going on there as far as that's concerned, but what you can't see over there is a set of buttons on the right hand side here, which is essentially all of this safety suite. So you've got your lane keep assist, as I mentioned, lane departure warning as well. You've got your 360-degree camera view, which you can shortcut through there. You've got forward collision warning. It's just got a really extensive suite of safety systems, including as well an e-brake, which is a sort of a first for Suzuki as well. So this Fronx really has changed the game for the brand.
So, new name for a very well-established company. So, Suzuki Fronx. And yes, the name is, I guess, a focal point to just dwell on because, you know, until you understand what it means as a frontier and crossover, it is an unusual name. But it's not an unusual car. It sits so well into the category that they've aimed for, which is a small SUV size, easy to navigate around town, and actually very capable on roads. So, or on the extended road. So it's very impressive, actually.
I think despite the new, yes, sort of unusual name even, you've got to look at the backstory and the history of Suzuki when it comes to making small cars, right? The Swift, we talk about the Jimny, Vitara, SX4, S-Cross, Ignis, that whole portfolio, the experience that comes from making all of those small cars, and in a way perfecting that art to an extent, is what they bring to the Fronx. And I've got to say, what an amazing job they've done from that perspective of, at this price point, giving you this package. I think that what surprised me the most is, yes, it's a compact crossover, but I've set the driving position up for myself, so Dave's feet are struggling to reach the pedals at the moment. But then when I sat in the back seat, the amount of knee room, headroom, foot room I had, I was really genuinely surprised. It is spacious back there.
Yeah, so it is good for the family, and like I say, good for a longer extended road drive. We took it down, not my family took it down to Torpal, and we had a really long drive with and it managed to hit that 5.4 liters per 100 kilometers, which is quite phenomenal, because we were doing the 110 kilometers per hour across the, when we were allowed, and it handled it nicely. The flow was good. It didn't sound like it was struggling too much. Of course, there, it's still trying to put a relatively low-powered vehicle through quite a test. But the big thing was the ADAS. So it kept you in the lane. It didn't nag too much, although when you put it into adaptive cruise control, it did scrub off a lot of speed as you went into corners, and which is smart. I really like the fact that it can do it, so you have a more of a casual drive around corners. But if you want to have a little bit more of an enthusiast thing, I ended up having to push down on the accelerator. So small things, but it's not an overly driver's car, but it does travel very well. And I mean, the turning circle was amazing.
I've got to say, yes, it might, lack the power in some respects, but this is only a small crossover with a 1.4 liter mild hybrid system. But where it
1.5 liter, actually,
yes, where it lacks in the power aspect, it makes up for, as Dave has just shown you, in the maneuverability, because something like this is meant to live in the city, in urban environments, and the fact that it can just sort of snake around, it does 3-point turns, U-turns, like you wouldn't believe. It turns on a dime completely. So and the steering is nice and light as well for those quick and easy, or quick and short movements that you need to make in and out of traffic. It is the perfectly accustomed, to be honest, to life in the city.
Yeah, agreed. It's and everything in the systems, the infotainment screens, the buttons, they're all where they should be. Nothing seems out of place, which is really good. The stereo is probably not worth chatting about. Yeah. We should just brush over that. It has a stereo, but audiophiles would just I don't know, be terrified or worried about the whole thing. But and yes, there's some plastics, there's some hard plastics and things like that. But considering it's been built to a price from India, which is obviously their first one that we've got from here that's been made in India, it's a really good package.
Yes, that's correct. It's not without its downsides, but at the same time, you have to consider all of that with the price in mind, and for the money, it does really well. And it's in a space which has become actually really competitive over the last couple of years, this compact crossover segment. But the fact is that when you put the other sort of competition out there against the Suzuki badge, it's a badge that carries a lot of weight in this part of the market. And so that the fact that they have added this extra feather on their cap almost with the Fronx is just another offering to that stable, to really, in a way, set the cat amongst the pigeons, right, where that's concerned.
And I have to say again, roughly 500 kilometers out of one tank of fuel is phenomenal, and 91 as well. So just so good. It was a cheap way for me to take the family out.
I think
should have left them.
I think it's actually 37 liters as a full tank of petrol. So think about that. And it has delivered. Yes, the NEDC figure is always a little bit more optimistic, but where the WLTP number is concerned, it has delivered on the money over there, so you can't complain.
So there you have it, the all-new Suzuki Fronx. I mean, being built in India, it was always going to be probably generalist here, but probably tight and efficient in its build, and it has produced. There's a lot going on for peanuts, rupees, really, really good. If you're looking for something that's great around town and will go to that extra urban drive, you could certainly do a lot wrong. This a lot worse than this. It ticks a hell of a lot of boxes, that's for sure.
There is a fairly generous list of equipment. There's obviously all the safety systems as well. Yes, it's a little bit rough around some of the edges, the plastics and things, but when it's built to this price point and offers this kind of space, and actually does, as you've said, really well on our motorways and the faster roads where you wouldn't expect it to deliver, there's not much you can say against this.
The corner's well on 16 inches. There you go. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Oh, and also check out our show. It will be on somewhere. You'll see Tarmac Live TV show. That'll keep you awake or help you sleep. Not sure. See ya.